Hello, and welcome to another Virginia Beach City Public Schools Pathway Series. Our topic today will cover military careers. I am Mr. Calhoun, and I'm assisted today by Mr. Reinhardt, counselor here at Tallwood High School. We are joined today by our local military recruiters from the active and reserve branches of the Air Force, Army, Navy, Coast Guard, Marine Corps, and National Guard. Before we begin our discussion of military careers, we asked our students and families via survey to provide a few questions for our military recruiters. We will endeavor to cover those questions. However, if we do not cover all questions today, each Virginia Beach High School has a military counselor that can assist you in reaching out to our local recruiters. Our military panelists today contacts will be provided as a part of this VP CPS Pathway Series via our YouTube page or respective school web pages and newsletters. We will begin with Staff Sergeant Tagliari of the Army and Army Reserve with a brief introduction.
Hello, good morning, everybody. My name is Staff Sergeant Tagliari. I'm with the Army and Army Reserve. I've been serving for the last 10 years as an infantryman and is currently on recruiting duty. During my time as an infantryman, I've traveled all over the Pacific, Thailand, Philippines, Korea, Guam, lived in Hawaii, a really great life that I've had in the Army, and then coming out to here for Virginia Beach to help people, guide their way to their path to success, to share, the experiences that I had and to give them back to the community.
Coast Guard.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Petty Officer Maganotti. I'm with the Coast Guard Recruiting Office here in Chesapeake. I've been in for 10 years. I'm a machinery technician, so I work on engines, overhauls, anything from big boats to small boats. I have been all over the East Coast. I've been in Small Boat Station, Charleston, South Carolina. I've also been underway in Pensacola, Florida, and I've went all down the South. I've been as far as Portland, Maine, and now I'm here in Chesapeake. So if you guys have any questions, I'm happy to help. I feel the Coast Guard is one of the best kept secrets. You get all the benefits of the military while staying mostly stateside. We do have some overseas. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me.
Marine Corps.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Sergeant Lee. I'm the Marine Corps recruiter. I've been in the Marine Corps coming up 6 years. I am a water support technician. I was a security augmentation force for 6 months, working alongside with the military police. I was a quality control, and now I am a Marine Corps recruiter, looking for the next generations of Marines. I joined Marine Corps since 2015, so my most rewarding experience was knowing that I have the opportunity to make the positive impact to the Marines around me and to the organizations and the country. So if you have any questions, feel free to contact us, reaching out to your local Marine Corps recruiter. Also, if you are in Tallwood High School, you can reach out to me, 757-287-5288.
Hey, good morning. My name is AB1 Stevens. I'm a Navy recruiter here in Virginia Beach. I as well represent the Tallwood High School. I've been in the Navy for coming up 8 years. This 26th of this month will make my 8-year mark in the Navy. When I first came in, I didn't know what I was going to do. I came in straight out of high school. I was given the ultimatum by parents to go to college or start paying rent. I didn't want to start paying rent, lived there for 18 years. Didn't really want to go to college because I didn't know what I wanted to study. So I decided to go the military route. My best friend was joining the Navy. I wound up joining the Navy, and it was the best impulsive decision that I've made to date. I wouldn't be nearly as successful as I was if I hadn't decided to go this route in life. I don't think I wouldn't have the amenities I have or the family that I have probably. So this was definitely one of the best decisions I've made. I've been recruiting now for 2.5 years. I'm getting ready to leave here soon. But you know, the Navy's always going to be here. So if you're looking for a Navy recruiter, get in contact with your local high school one. And similar to what Sergeant Lee said, if you're from Tallwood and you're looking to join, my cell phone number is 757-532-2105. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Staff Sergeant Lopez. I've been in the Air Force for a little over 10 years now. My assignments vary from New Mexico, South Korea, Colorado, now here on the East Coast in Virginia Beach. Very rewarding career. Prior to recruiting, I was an electrician. Loved my job. Definitely miss it. I am a family man, father of 3 at this point. So definitely can relate with family first mentality. But yeah, looking forward to working with you in the future. So if you have any questions, reach out.
Great, guys. Thank you for that introduction. The next question will be for Petty Officer Maglinotti for the Coast Guard. What are some of the careers that are available to youth at this moment that you're looking for the Coast Guard?
So our critical jobs right now in the Coast Guard, we have a culinary specialist, which is a cook. So if you have no experience, you're going to get a $20,000 sign-on bonus. If you have a culinary certificate, baking, whatever it be, it's a $30,000 sign-on bonus. If you have an associate's or higher, you get a $40,000 sign-on bonus. If electrician is something that you're into, and that's the field that you want to go into, which is a great trade, we're offering a $10,000 sign-on bonus at this time. Same with operations specialist. They're kind of like a dispatcher for the Coast Guard. They manage our search and rescue. They manage our helos. They're kind of in control of that whole situation, underway and on land. We're offering a $30,000 sign-on bonus for that as well. And if you just want to come into the Coast Guard and you want to shadow every job that we have available, it's a $2,000 sign-on bonus. We're not ever going to push you into a job that you don't know about or you don't understand. We let you go into the field first, and then we let you decide on your job. So if none of those sound interesting at this time and you decide to join, you can come in, shadow an electrician mate, and then you can also get that $10,000 sign-on bonus once you graduate that school.
Same question for the Marine Corps. What are some of your opportunities available at this moment?
So we offer, over 300 jobs in the Marine Corps, but the most important things that I think will be useful for those that, want to get the technical experience and use it in the civilian side. We have aviation fields, engineer, cyberspace operations, stuff like that. We also have, if you are the type of person like to travel different countries, we have the Marine Security Guards that you basically, serve at the embassy all over all over the world. We also have security forces. So for us as Marines, you learn more the intangible benefits. So it's like leadership experience, the disciplines, the challenge that you would get, that would get you so far, outside of the military career.
Hey, so for the Navy, it's pretty similar to the Coast Guard. We're not giving any bonuses for culinary specialists or anything else, but our rates are very similar. We still do have culinary specialists in the Navy. Um, Most of our bonuses right now the Navy's giving out are going to your spec wars, so your air rescue swimmers, your SEALs, your SWICs, your EODs, your divers. So for air rescue swimmer, there's a $24,000 bonus. For advanced computer fields, which would be like your fire controlmen, they're getting a $5,000 bonus. Your AVs, which are aviation electronics, they're getting $5,000 bonuses. Crypto have multiple bonuses as well. So for an interpreter or a linguist, they're given $25,000. For a crypto technician networking, they're given a $5,000 bonus as well. EOD is given 28,000. HM's given 18,000, which is your hospital corpsman, which is like medical in the Navy. IT, depending on which one you get, they're given a $10,000 or a $5,000 bonus. Machinist made on a submarine is given 10,000. Mr. Tech's given a 15. Nuclear engineer, you can get $40,000 bonus just from joining. Special warfare boat operator, which is a SWIC guy, they're given 18,000, and then SCCF, which is your fire controlman, pretty much on a submarine, given 15,000. So multiple bonuses out there. That's just to name a few of the jobs. That's just the ones that have bonuses right now. There's plenty more, like the Marine recruiter said. I don't know exactly how many, but it's over that 20 that I just listed.
Thank you very much. U.S. Air Force, what are some of the key career opportunities available for students and youth at this time to join your branch of service? You don't necessarily have to give the cost unless you wish to.
Gotcha. So the Air Force definitely recruits heavily in what's called MES. So anything mechanical, electrical, special testers, so like our linguists and cyber type career fields, as well as security forces, our version of law enforcement. That in a nutshell is what the Air Force is actively hiring and recruiting for. Definitely can break that down more so with the applicants in person, but that's what we're looking for.
Thank you.
So with the United States Army, what we're looking for is we have over 150 jobs available to these young men and women with a qualifying ASVAB score. Depending on what job they pick, they're more than capable of achieving a $40,000 up to $40,000 bonus. The hot fields right now for us, because we do it all in the Army. The computer field, trade jobs, plumbing, electrician, aviation, flying drones, mechanics, getting certified and getting college credit in everything that you do within the Army. Another big perk that we do have with the reserves is we offer student loan repayment up to $50,000. Your simultaneous reserve GI Bill with your kicker to add to your tuition assistance, and cash bonuses of up to $20,000. Another great thing that the Army does, you get to pick your job right here in the office, knowing where you're going to be training at, where you're going to be going, all before you even go to MEPS. We lock in your job, and all you have to do when you go up to MEPS is just pass your ASVAB and then pass your physical, and you know everything that's going on that day. So that's one of the great things about the Army and the benefits that we have right now going on.
Thank you very much. This next question will start off with the Marine Corps. What is your entry process to the Marine Corps? What are the steps that a person who wishes to do a career in the Marine Corps, what is the process?
So for the Marine Corps, the first step, come into our office, talk to the recruiter. We want to see if you have any medical conditions, any violations, or kind of like do a basic screening questions just to see if you have anything wrong with you. If you qualify, we can schedule you to take a practice test and explain the benefits that the Marine Corps has to offer, and we want to find out more about your goals. the Marine Corps, we try to enhance your goals, enhance your plan. We not try to take away from your plan to whether to go to college, whether to pursue a career, or just to serve in the Marine Corps. After that, after you go to the military enlistment processing stations, we want to see if you qualify for the jobs. The score that you have will be determine what kind of job you qualify for. And then after that, you will be in the delay entry program, where we will prepare you physically, mentally, to be ready for the next challenge to become Marines.
Navy, same question.
So it's pretty similar to, I think, everyone's. You come in the office, first you obviously contact the Navy recruiter, set up an appointment with us. We have you come in, same thing, we ask you the basic questions, make sure that you're medically qualified to actually process. We find out what your goals are, what you're trying to do in life, what you're interested in. If you're interested in a certain job or a certain career field, we talk about that. Explain how the Navy has that. In the Navy, how we can help you get that. We explain, college benefits, stuff like that. Give you a practice ASVAB as well to make sure that you're mentally qualified. The minimum requirement to join the Navy is a 31 ASVAB. So it's not real high, the higher you score, the more jobs you're going to qualify for. And it's not based off of your normal test. So it's not going to be like, oh, I got a 31, I got an F on this test. It's not quite the same as, a test in school. So if you have more questions about specifically what it is, we can get into that. And then after you take that practice test, get you scheduled for the real ASVAB. You go up to military entry processing station, take the ASVAB, you do your physical, and then you'll pick your job right then and there. As long as you pass through medical, okay, and you pass your ASVAB, you'll pick your job, so you'll know your ship date, and you'll know what you'll be doing inside the Navy as well. And then you'll be in our delayed entry program as well. Typically, you're in the delayed entry program for 2 to 3 months. We have people that are in there less, so some people join and they're out, going to boot camp within a month. But typically, you have a 2 to 3 month window after you go to MEPS to actually go to boot camp. For high school seniors, it's a little bit different. You can't ship until you graduate. So if your graduation date's July 16th, you can't go to boot camp until at least July 17th. Okay. Or June 16th, June 17th. If you're a 17-year-old when you graduate, you can't go until 2 weeks before your 18th birthday, because you have to be able to turn 18 while you're in boot camp. So that's the minimum requirements to join the Navy.
Does anyone have anything different perspective on their application process or joining?
We do,
Go ahead.
sir. So the Coast Guard's a little bit different. So what we do is we do your initial application. We can do the PICAT, like everybody's talking about, the practice ASVAB. We send you up to MEPS. We do a 2-day process. So you do your ASVAB at night, your physical the next day. We don't give you a ship day. We don't give you a job at boot or when you're up at MEPS. We send you back to the office. We run a credit background check. We get you started on a secret security clearance. And then once I have your secret security clearance back and I send that off, I get you into the delayed entry program, but I don't give you a boot camp date until you pass your physical fitness test twice in front of me. So once you pass the PT test, then that's when I give you a boot camp date.
Okay. Sounds good. Physical fitness is a key part of our life nowadays. I know the Marine Corps has a stringent physical fitness process. How is that compared to the Air Force or the Army Reserve? What are you looking for physically for your candidates? Let's go with the Air Force.
So for us, the biggest things first is the height and weight standard. You have to fall within the height and weight standard. Also, you have to be able to pass the initial strength test. But all those, we could work with you if you are able to make a commitment and, show us that you want to be a Marines, So it doesn't necessarily mean that if you're not physically fit, you can't join the Marine Corps. We will help you as long as you put in, your 100% and show us the commitment. In boot camp, they'll teach you everything you need to know as far as physically wise, and also what you need to learn to become Marines. The traditions, the history, the training. So you don't have to worry about the physical fitness that much, as long as you come and participate with the physical training with us. We'll get you where you need to be.
Okay. Air Force?
Hey there, Sergeant Kitts, the Virginia Beach office with Sergeant Lopez. As far as our process, it does mirror the majority of the other branches in regards to sitting down for that first initial interview. I want to make sure that the Air Force is going to check off your boxes. If your goals are to hit some specific areas the Air Force does not specialize in, then we want to make sure that we communicate that, because we don't want people going through this process for the wrong reasons. Once we complete that initial interview and make sure it's a good fit for the individual, we're looking at that ASVAB test. Once we have a qualifying score there, we're looking at that physical. The Air Force is a little different in regards to the contracting process. We are not talking contracts at MEPS during that physical. That is just to make sure you are medically qualified for entry into the Air Force. Once we are done with our physical, we sit back down in the office and go over what kind of qualifications we have, what kind of opportunities are available to the member. Moving forward from there, we get our contract, and that also comes with a ship out date. Those dates can vary based on the individual, because when you are at MEPS, you tell us when you would like to leave and get started. That could be next week. That could be a few months from now. You have some people that want to wrap up a semester of college. It really just depends on what the individual has going on, so we can make sure they're setting out to basic training with the best state of mind they can be.
Okay. Army Reserve?
Yep, absolutely. So very similar to the other service branches. Make an appointment, we schedule the interview, make sure you're morally, medically qualified, good height and weight on you, take a practice test right here in the office. Moving forward with the process, our process is the same. 2 days, you go up, take the test the first day, go back to the hotel the next day, get your physical. And depending on what you want to do and what you're trying to go after, we can either get you up there with the job you wanted before, or you can come back down here into office. We can sit down, go more in depth with jobs with you, and then send you back up to go enlist with that job. As far as training, we hold future soldier training every week at our office. If you might be a little bit heavy on the heavier side, you don't currently meet height and weight, we will work with you. We're here to make you better, to get you to where you want to be, to your end goal. As well as you get to meet the other future soldiers that are currently in the DEP program. You get to start building some camaraderie. You start learning a little bit more about the Army and Army Reserve, the history, what you're going to be going through. Because when you get to boot camp, they know everyone has a different athletic style. So they know they all start you down here and they work you way up to where you need to be as a soldier, and you graduate. And then you go off to job training, the job that you picked, and then it's off to your first duty station.
Excuse me. Thank you. The next question, we'll start with the Navy. You see a lot of youth, students, males or females, with tattoos. What's the process for tattoos of individuals wishing to come into your branch of service?
So I think in a whole, the Navy has the most relaxed tattoo policy out of all the branches. The biggest policy that we have is on the neck, face, and that's the ones that we see the most that we have trouble with. There are some other tattoos that can be disqualifying, such as anything that represents gang affiliation or anything like that. It's 100% no-go. But anything bigger than 1 by 1 behind the ear on the neck is pretty much a no-go. If you can see it from the front while you're in a regular t-shirt, that's a disqualifier for us, if it's bigger than 1 inch by 1 inch. Other than that, you know, from fingertips down to your toes, if you want to be tattooed, you can be. It just matters, you know, the content, obviously. And, you know, that's pretty much the only disqualifiers. If it's nudity or something like that, you'd have to get, you know, a bathing suit drawn on your sailor girl, the Sailor Jerry tattoo, you know what I mean? Other than that, it's pretty laxed. And, you know, like I said, content obviously matters. So if you have a specific tattoo that you're not sure about, you know, contact your recruiter, ask them if, you know, this tattoo is a disqualifier, or if you're planning on getting one as soon as you turn 18 and you're planning on joining the Navy, ask your recruiter or a recruiter near you if it's going to be a disqualifier for the, you know, branch of service that you're going for, because you don't want to, you know, delay your life and start your future for a tattoo that you know, that you could have got later on or smaller to qualify for a branch of service.
Anyone else? Anyone else have any comments on that one?
Yeah, so the Air Force policy right now is nothing below the natural break of the wrist and nothing above the collarbone. So we're pretty relaxed as well. Nothing inappropriate or gang related, obviously.
The Coast Guard,
Oh,
Sorry.
go ahead. Sorry. No, go ahead.
sorry, the Coast Guard, you can't have anything on your necks, your neck, your face, your head. You can now have a 1x1 in the web of your hand, but it has to be in the web of your hand, or a wedding ring. But besides that, you can't have anything below your wrist bone, or if you're in a white V-neck shirt, nothing can show in the white V-neck.
Yep. And also with the Army, we're pretty relaxed too. Nothing on the face, of course, on the neck. We do have the 1x1 rule. Of course, it will be a waiver. We always have to put those as a waiver, and nothing on the hands except for the 1x1 or the wedding ring as well. And nothing below that, that bone on your wrist. But there are waivers as well. We just have to take it, you know, we have to actually look at it and send it up and see if you'll be good to go. But yes, always ask your recruiter before you do something, because don't stop your life and your future for something that you got.
All right, we had mentioned the ASVAB earlier, and the Navy said their score was a 31 minimum. Do the other branches have a similar cut score for your branch of service? If so, please state what that would be.
Yes, the Army has a 31 minimum passing score or higher, and obviously the higher you score on your ASVAB, the more opportunities that are going to be available to you.
In regards to the Air Force, a 31 ASVAB score is minimally qualifying to join. However, that does qualify you for jobs that do fall outside the realm of what we discussed previously. You cannot join in a mechanical, an electrical, a security forces background, or a special testing situation with a 31. So while that is qualifying for the Air Force, that is not a feasible option to move forward. So that's where we recommend retesting. That's where we jump in to help you every step of the way, as far as making sure you have the resources you need to bring that score up a little bit, so we can set you up in the best opportunity you can have.
So the Coast Guard, we actually require 36. That's our minimal score. With 36, depending on how you do in the categories, you probably won't qualify for a job, so you'd come in as a non-rate. But once you're in the Coast Guard, you can retest certain categories every 28 days while you're in to qualify for the job that you want.
So for the Marine Corps, the minimum passing score is also a 31. However, you know, we like to give you the practice test to see where you at, and then we want to see what's your desired jobs that you want to have in the Marine Corps. So we will assist you with, you know, kind of like study for the ASVAB and get the job that you want. But 31, sometime you could qualify for, you know, some jobs as well, as long as your line score are good, like mechanical, you know, all those stuff. Yeah, so, but we recommend you to study and get as high a score as possible. So that way you can qualify for more jobs.
Okay, I'm gonna be real on this one. I usually ask and inform my students of 50 or better to give you more choices and opportunities. Yes, 31 is minimum, but you know, we need to be real with them to let them know that they need to look at a 50 or better to get more choices. Yes, you will accept them with a 31, but you know, career choices for what they really would like. We need to, again, encourage them, as you said, to do better, but you know, 50 is what we're looking at. I like to adjust, let them know that that's what they should be shooting for to start off out the gate. Couple more final questions before we conclude. We mentioned about opportunities for different various careers within your branches of service. What are the benefits that are different between, let's say, the Coast Guard or reserve component, or Marine or Air Force, and the reserve components of your branches? What are the difference there?
So
Army?
speaking for the Army Reserve, the benefits are you go to school full time, guaranteed right out the gate. I'm gonna lowball the incentives just so you have a better idea. You're already guaranteed at least a minimum of $50,000 to go to school with the reserve, and this is adding up all the tuition for 4 years, the student loan repayment of up to $50,000, the cash bonuses of up to $20,000, your select reserve GI Bill with the incentives of the $100, $200, $350 kicker to add to that, tops it out at $26,000, and your tuition assistance regenerates every October 1st to October 1st of $4,500. You stay right here in Virginia Beach. You work 1 weekend a month, 2 weeks out of the year, and you go to school full time.
Okay. Go ahead, Coast Guard.
So the Coast Guard's a little bit different. We have two different types of reserves. So you can do the Ready Reserve, which is you drill at a small boat station, you go to a sector, whatever your job is that you choose to do. It's 1 weekend a month, 2 weeks out of the year. Or if you're into law enforcement, you want to be driving boats, you want to be a mechanic, you want to be a maritime enforcement specialist, you can get a $10,000 sign-on bonus to go to pursuit units. And you have the potential to be brought on as a Title 10. So half active duty, half reserve if you choose to be. But those you can go Monday through Friday, or you can do the 1 weekend a month, 2 weeks out of the year. And then they deploy for 1 year every 5 years.
Marine Corps?
So for the Marine Corps, for the reserve program, before you go to basic training, we will guarantee you a job, and then after you complete your initial trainings, which is the boot camp, MCT, and the job school, then you will go to your reserve unit, and you can use the McDermott GI Bill for reserve, and then you can, if you qualify, you can get another $350 a month using the incentive kickers on top of that McGurn GI Bill reserve. So basically you go to school full time, you work 1 weekend a month, 14 days during the summer. Any training that they have available, like advanced training for your jobs, those some of them are count towards college credits as well. But we, as the Marine, we don't really offer too much about bonus. We want to see what you will get from the Marine Corps. Like I said, the discipline to stay on top of your school, the leadership experience, all those stuff that will help you when you get your degree and you have those tangible benefits that I was talking about. It kind of help you, a long way to be kind of different from everybody else that just have a degree. And having a title on the Marines, it's also a big part of it too.
Okay. Air Force?
Yep. So the Air Force is very big on total force within the Air Force. I won't speak specifically on the Air Force Reserves just because we have an actual recruiter that covers that specific component of the Air Force. It's very similar to the other branches as far as the commitment, weekend, a month, 2 weeks out of the year. But for the actual specific benefits, I would reach out to your local Air Force Reserve recruiter. On the active duty side, there's a lot of benefits that we can go into. I don't want to benefit dump. I'd rather just figure out what's making that individual tick to figure out what we can kind of talk about more so in person.
Okay, okay. All right, to conclude, thank you, but I would like for each one of you to give your elevator pitch, as I like to say, for a youth, male or female, to join your branch of service. And let's go with the Navy for a career.
So I never really badmouth any of the branches. If you're gonna serve your country, hats off to you. It's respect no matter what branch you're in. Joining the Navy, like I said, it was the best decision I made. To me, I think it comes down to where you want to be stationed. Obviously, we have all the branches here in Virginia Beach as recruiters, but not all the branches are here in Virginia Beach. Normally, you know what I mean? There's going to be recruiting stations everywhere. So it all comes down to where you want to be stationed. If you like traveling, you're going to do that in the Navy. You're going to hit a port every 30 days when you're on deployment. And you're normally there for 4 days and you get to see the culture and everything else. If you're looking to go to school, every branch offers going to school. So you're gonna get that no matter what. My biggest thing is, it's all about, you, seeing what the Navy can do for you, specifically. And, we're here to help you and change your dreams into realities.
Army?
So the Army, what it's done for me personally, it's completely changed my life. When I graduated high school, I was working the dead end jobs. I was, grocery stores, fast food. I wasn't really succeeding in what I wanted to do. And I joined a little bit later in life at 24, and it completely revolutionized my life, my wife, for my children. It gave me everything I needed to succeed in life. Not to mention traveling all over the world, living in Hawaii, going to Japan, Guam, Thailand, the Philippines, Korea, places that I probably would have never been in my entire life. The Army gave that to me. The medical care alone, and I'm just really, you don't get time wasted back. If you should make a decision, talk to all service branches because each one is unique and will put you on to the path that you want to go down. Just get an informed decision when you're gonna base, the next, 3-4 years of your life. Get all the information together. Don't just listen to one. Get it all. Get all the information together. But the 10 years I've been in, I wouldn't change it for the world. Sit down, talk with somebody, because you won't get the information if you don't talk to somebody. And here in the Army, we do it all. So come talk to me.
Coast Guard.
So why the Coast Guard? Like I said before, I think we're one of the best kept secrets. Yes, they call us puddle pirates. Yes, they call us shallow water sailors. But we go everywhere. We are in Guam. We are in Puerto Rico. We are in Bahrain. We are everywhere. We protect our borders. We protect our Great Lakes. Law enforcement, drug interdictions, that's one of our big missions. But along with search and rescue, and we go to Antarctica and we take scientists up there and we check the ice and we check the icebergs and all of it. It's unlike anything else. You can stay stateside or you can go, like I said, to Guam or Puerto Rico, Hawaii, Alaska, we're everywhere. You may not know it. We're in Kansas. You didn't even know it. So we have the benefits just like every other branch. But if something sparks your interest to protect your borders, protect your country, obviously, like everybody else has said, talk to all the other recruiters, talk to the other branches, and see what the right fit is for you. I can't stress this enough. The Coast Guard's never going to put you into a job that you don't want to do. That's why we like you to come in as a non-rate. You can shadow every job you qualify for and you make the decision. That's why we have such a high customer service satisfaction. We want you to be happy in the job that you choose. So talk to all of us and make the right decision for you.
So for the Marine Corps, I joined the Marine Corps, back in 2015. I wasn't really have the confidence to do anything. I was kind of like a shy guy. I don't have many friends. So Marine Corps is kind of like the best fit for me because one, our training is to build the confidence, being comfortable doing something that you're not comfortable. The more you do it, the more comfortable you will get. A lot of people will not try to do something that kind of hard or different or challenging because they're not comfortable. That's what you will get from the Marine Corps is have the courage to do something that gonna help you know your weakness and try to improve it. Also, the Marine Corps, we all strive to be the best mentally, physically, and we always want to accomplish our mission. So we put 100% in everything that we do, and that's just our mindset. Our brotherhood, sisterhood, we are one of small branch. So you can count on, any Marines to your left, to your right, that they will always have your back. If you need anything, they will go on their way to help you.
Thank you. Air Force, your why?
How many times do you think total?
So Air Force in particular, where the benefits differ a little bit is our focus is more so on education and that transition. So we are the only branch you automatically get enrolled in our community college when you do ship out for basic training. All that time in basic training in your tech school following on to learn your actual job in the Air Force is college credited. So the biggest thing with the Air Force is throughout your whole career from day one till the day you retire, they're going to focus on how close are we getting that degree? What kind of progress are we making on that? And how is that going to help you when you do transition? Because at some point we all got to hang this uniform up. So they want to make sure you're looking at the big picture. The way the Air Force looks at promotions in particular is how can I be over subordinates telling them the importance of education if I don't have a slew of degrees on the wall behind me to talk about? So they're always looking at, how far are you from that associates? What's that bachelor's? What's that next step in mind? Just always giving you that constant push to better yourself in regards to education and work when you go back to the civilian sector. How about you, Sergeant Lopez?
Yeah, so just kind of talking about the education benefits, obviously the technical skills as well. Is like you said, at the end of the day, you have to hang up the uniform and what are you walking away with? Hopefully you are marketable in the civilian sector. That way it's super easy to get picked up for a career on the outside. But, moving on from the educational benefits, I like to talk about quality of life because obviously it's a two-way relationship. You are going to be expected to do things to accomplish the mission, but hopefully you're ensuring you and your family are being taken care of. So especially in a deployed environment, the Air Force is very big on taking care of its members. So definitely take that in consideration.
Thank you. Thank you all for your time and assistance in providing information for careers in your branch of service. Virginia Beach City Public Schools, thank you again as well for military careers. And this concludes our conversation today. Thank you.